What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BTR. My name is Fernando, aka Retro Relapse, and with me, as always, on the ones and twos, holding it down with the BFF duty, is my ninja, Randizzle, aka Randy. What to do, Randizzle, on this wonderful, getting close to WrestleMania Top Rope Tuesday?
It's been awesome. It's been a lot of awesome wrestling. A lot of what you might say, a lot of shit talking online, right? There's a lot of shit going on. Not only in WWE, yes, we are on the road to WrestleMania, but today we're really gonna focus on AEW because I think we've been pushing it to the back burner. We know
We have.
the Super Bowl of wrestling is WrestleMania, but we do not forget about AEW and their upcoming pay-per-view Dynasty this coming Sunday. So I'm pretty pumped because the stories are also moving along for that. And I unfortunately missed Collision. I did see um, Dynamite. So, but we got to go back a lot because there's a lot of stuff that's been going on.
Hmm.
Like they're building up. There's been a lot of trios matches. They've been showcasing the belts a lot, which is nice. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see some new champions and a lot of people defending and kind of building their storyline. That's the whole point right now. And everyone's after MJF because he is the biggest shit talking asshole with the AEW Heavyweight Championship. And I believe did he already have that match with Nick Nemeth? Because he was talking all kinds of shit to Nick Nemeth.
No, that's coming up WrestleMania week, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, so I is this a spoiler alert that he might retain? Because they're building this matchup pretty big too. Also, even though it's not a WrestleMania, it's not a Dynasty match, but it's definitely in the radar for WrestleMania.
I'm not 100%. I don't remember. I know it's for. I think it's for set up for GCW. I just don't have that info handy at the moment of what the date would be.
I do
Oh,
like his approach to everything right now. Like he's really just getting that belt out there, right? He says whoever pays me the most, that's who I'm loyal to. And AEW is paying him the most, and he's by
actually,
far going above and beyond.
I'm gonna jump you real quick and tell you and let you know that this is after all the Mania events. So AEW World Champion MJF will face TNA's Nick Nemeth, formerly Dolph Ziggler, in a cross promotion match May 1st, 2026, at Creative Pros Monumental Moment in Melville, New York.
Oh, he's gonna do that
Uh,
Creative Pro. That's what's up.
yes, at
That is
Creative Pro.
that is Brian Myers' school. So
Hmm.
from the system and TNA. So
The promotion, the match is taking place at Creative Pro Wrestling Academy, which is the training school run by Brian Myers, where MJF trained.
and also AEW producer Pat Buck is also one of the owners and trainers there. So I can see how that worked out. I mean, Brian Myers is in TNA, Pat Buck's in AEW, and MJF trained there in New York, so
Hmm.
makes sense. And Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth is buddies with Brian and Matt Cardona since WWE days, so it makes sense. It's cool. That's cool. I like the shit talking. Like I said, I even though I felt like it was not warranted, I don't know if you saw Nick Nemeth's rebuttal. Did you see it?
Oh no, I saw the MJF side where he was just talking a whole bunch of trash about that. He's not worth it anymore. But what was the reply?
So Nick Nemeth initially said he goes, I don't understand why MJF got mad. He goes, I was paying him compliment. I didn't even, he goes, I didn't even compare him to me. He goes, because obviously I'm way better than him. I just don't have the platform to say curse words and say that. Or if I did, I could have been bigger than him. So he hit him with that one, right? But he told him, he
Hmm.
said, he goes, all I've been doing is praising you. The only thing I said is you have lackluster story build-ups. Your wrestling's phenomenal, but you have lackluster story build-ups. He goes, but we all know what's going to happen. He goes, Papa Tony is going to tell you, oh no, MJF is sick. He can't fight. Because why would they want to lose their biggest draw? I mean, in a way you say, in a world full of small fish, you're a medium-sized fish. You're not even a big pond. He's talking like so he was praising him, but he turned it around talking. They're building up for the fight, right? He's telling them like
Hmm.
you're a small fish in a smaller pond. That's all it is. It's just so happened that AEW is growing there, and he goes, I'm gonna outwork you and I'm outclass you, and I'm gonna show you what professional wrestling really is. So I'm looking forward to it. So we'll see how that builds up. And obviously MJF doesn't have he likes to run his mouth, and he has other obstacles in front of him because he is currently heading towards Dynasty to fight Omega. Not Omega. Who's he fighting? Not Andrade.
MJF is fighting Kenny Omega.
Is it Omega, right? Okay. I've been seeing him go
Have
back
you
and
not been
forth.
watching the programming, sir?
Well, I've been seeing them fight like or get in each other's faces. That's why I thought they already fought already. But yes, he has a big
Uh,
task in front of him.
he
The fucking
does.
cleaner, Kenny Omega, like, and Kenny Omega has made no leaps and bounds about it. He is closer to the end of his career than the beginning. So he's trying to shoot for that world title and hopefully maybe hopefully not end his career so soon, but definitely heading towards that direction right now. And he wants to accomplish winning that belt one more time. Can
Correct.
can you pull up the match card just so we can run that down and then talk about what's going on?
That's what I am trying to work myself into before we get into it. We do have to give a huge shout out to our unofficial sponsor, the SmackDownHotel.com. Hit that button. Uh, and we're looking at Dynasty happening April 12th, which is a Sunday, and basically the start to WrestleMania week. Uh, our time, Central Time, would be 6 p.m., 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, specifically. Uh,
Where's the it taking place at?
Good question. Good question. Eh, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada.
Oh, okay.
And one of the reasons why it's happening over there is because they are showcasing some of their Canadian talent in this card. And of course, you want the home crowd to pop off. But you know what's kind of lackluster? I noticed the last, was it Dynamite or Collision? Dynamite. Well, actually, both Dynamite and Collision to me have been feeling stale. And it's not the wrestling, it's not the stories, it's the crowd. I don't know if you pay attention and listen. WWE is pretty good about piping in the crowd. You know, they have pretty high censored mics where they have everything so you can hear what's going on. You hear the mat, you hear, and even WWE's ring has been sounding kind of thuddy lately. If you watched Monday Night Raw on Netflix yesterday, it had more of a weird like echo thud to it, like a hollow thud, which was weird. You would hear the high end clap from time to time, but it had a thud. But you would still hear the crowd. The crowd, generally goes off and has a good time with everything going on. But for whatever reason, man, AEW's crowd there in Canada this past week has been like silent. They cheer, they go off. When Kenny was there, they went off. When Speedball came out, cut a promo because he fought MJF, and MJF had the big banner that came out with the USA flag with his head as the stars, which was awesome. He's the American hero with his American trunks and everything. But
The only country that matters, he says.
it's right. But the crowd just, I don't know, they weren't loud. I don't know if it's just Canadian crowds aren't that loud, but they're loud with hockey. So I don't know if it's not progressing over to the microphones well enough. If they don't have them like but we've heard it from other crowds, so it's just kind of weird. I
You
don't
know,
know. It's kind of
I'll add this note to there. Like we've been to plenty of AEW shows where it's loud as fuck in the arena, but when you watch it back, it's not as loud. But there are also other times in other arenas where it's loud and it's loud, right?
Mhm.
So I'm wondering is maybe just the acoustics or maybe the since they're traveling, maybe not using the right mics to kind of get the crowd, piped in or whatever the case may be. That could be a big factor because most international crowds, AEW, WWE, like they go off. It doesn't really matter, especially when you get the hometown heroes like Kenny or Speedball or uh, Adam Copeland or Christian Cage, So,
Mhm.
but
Well, I'm hoping that we're gonna get some more added on after tomorrow's Dynamite and Saturday's Collision, some more matches because right now, and I went ahead and Googled this also just to see what's up. The AI overview has the same thing that SmackDown Hotel has, and right now there's only 6 matches out of the usual 10. Well, realistically, there's 5 matches out of the usual 10 or so on the card. They're showing so far as of yesterday. So I'll give you that list.
are you, do you think
There is
tomorrow they're gonna maybe announce more? since it's coming up so
Yes,
quick.
they're gonna solidify stuff because I mean, realistically, there's only three championships, four championship matches that are on here, and I don't know if they're gonna save it for TV for some of the other belts or what. But like I said, let me tell you what's up, and we'll try to figure it out. So far, only one 0 hour pre-show match has been named, and that was named last week. Also, Marina Shafir versus Alec Windsor. Windsor.
I
So
fucking
that's
hate
gonna
Alec Windsor. Jesus Christ.
the brawling bird,
The
one of the
brawling
brawling
bird, one of the
birds,
birds.
one of the birds. Yeah, she. So they're fighting in the 0 hour. So cool. I want to see Marina kick the shit out of Windsor, but Windsor's a brawler, dude. So I'm kind of curious to see how they're gonna mesh in the ring because this Windsor can go. We know that she's not great, but she can go. So Shapir doesn't really have to dumb it down per se. Like some, when you have somebody who's well versed compared to someone who's kind of green,
Yeah.
for lack of a better terms in wrestling terms, right? So Shapir doesn't have to like tone it down. So this could potentially be a good fight,
And
you know?
but at the same token, I also think that Marina Shafir isn't really a wrestler. She's more of a obviously MMA style where she just a lot of hip flips and stuff. But obviously she's gotten better in the ring. Her husband's Rowdy, and she's with the Death Riders, right? So she knows how to fight.
Regardless of you trying to stomp on this match, I think that this could be potentially a decent match. It doesn't matter if you put a UFC fighter in with the regular WF. You watch fucking Lesnar all the fucking time, don't you? You watch fucking Ken Shamrock when he was fighting other fucking people. But this is nice because Shapir has more time in the ring. You want to give her more time to adapt to people who can wrestle, and fighting someone overseas is even different.
Well, that's the thing. I wasn't knocking on Marina Shafir. I'm just saying.
Kind of sounded like it.
Shut up. Nonetheless, I'm not knocking on her. I don't think. I just
Ride or
think.
die, Death Riders. Okay, you either ride or you die.
Well, I guess I'm dead because
There you go.
there's only one person I like on Death Riders, and that's Claudio. So,
I'll
but
give you that.
again, Marina Shafir fighting obviously one of the brawlers, Alex Windsor from the Brawling Birds. You're right. It's gonna be more hands, right? It's gonna be a lot more.
Mhm.
I think that's the mask to hide their flaws in their game. Is they're gonna be able to fucking take it to each other, right? Like
I
really
want to
fucking
see. I
hammer
want
it
to see
in.
it because you know what? There's a lot of women that wrestle, but they don't fight enough. If that makes any sense, there's not enough oomph in their fight because they go through the motions of they know the dance, but these are two fighters. You know, Windsor's a brawler. Windsor's a fucking English brawler. I mean,
Yeah, she's an
her
English
her
fighter, very English, so it's all
very
heavy-handed.
yes. Shafir's a UFC fighter, or
MMA fighter.
what is it? MMA fighter. That
Yeah,
there you go. That UFC, just MMA fighter. Whatever. So two awesome sports to put together. Two awesome fighting styles. Let's somebody knock somebody out. You know.
you think this builds up because obviously right now Megan Bain is one half of your women's champions, but would this set up for maybe Marina Shafir tagging back again with Megan Bain or them against the actual Brawling Birds of fucking Windsor and what the fuck Hater?
No. This stems more a story where um, Shafir is just talking shit to them. So I don't think she's joining back with. I mean, it would be nice to see her with Megan Bain and um, what's her name? Fuck. I just had it. I fucking forgot her name already. Her part Lena Cross, but no, this is just an off thing that happened. Like you bumped me in the hallway, kind of thing.
Gotcha. I thought even maybe you'd go so far as to say that Alex Windsor's married to Will Ospreay, and Will Ospreay and the Death Riders have issues. So is it also
Yes,
tied into that?
because that is one of the other matches that will be happening later in the show, which we will go over here in a little bit. So that's more of a better reach than the other thing you were trying to reach for.
Gotcha.
So let's see. One of the matches that are on the card out of the five,
What?
Darby Allen versus Andrade El Idolo from the Dallas Don
Oh,
Callis
dude,
family.
I
If
love this.
Allen wins, he gets a future AEW World Championship match.
I love this because do you remember when Darby Allin first had the TNT title? and I told you I wasn't a fan of him. Remember?
Yep.
And then he had these matches with Andrade, and Andrade fucking held no fucking punches. He fucking
Nope.
slammed him on the fucking steel chairs. He fucking elbowed him in the face. He threw him into the head first into the fucking railing. And for them to run it back in this fashion because Andrade is on the hunt for a title because he doesn't trust MJF and MJF has hired the Don Callis family to do some of his bidding. And you have Darby Allin who is has his eye on also the big prize of the heavyweight championship. It's a nice little throwback, a little run it back kind of situation. And I know they put on good matches because it was this match that they had twice that made me a fan of Darby Allin with them too.
Hmm.
So I'm almost 100% positive I'm gonna fucking have a grand old time watching this particular match right here.
That's what's up.
Excited, excited. I like this little where they're heading with this story.
I want Andrade to win because I want him to start getting a push going towards the title.
Same.
But I also want to see Darby get a push at it too. There's a lot of contenders that we've talked about in the past that there are more people that are buying for this AEW championship, and it kind of makes the other championships look smaller. So if you've noticed that there are some other wrestlers that are high caliber or that are going for the other championships now because, well, if everybody wants a shot at the world champion, why not get another belt off of somebody else's hands, right?
Yeah, Hangman's in that
Which
situation right now. So
which brings me to trying to, I'm trying to build a lead in here, bro. Which brings me to the AEW Continental Championship, John Moxley, the champ, versus Will Ospreay. Now, would it be fitting that Will Ospreay comes out on top and takes the belt off of Moxley?
do you think if that does happen that Mox
I'm
shakes his
asking
hand?
you.
I'm asking you a
I'm asking
question.
you. No. Don't question my question. I'm asking you.
I'm
You
asking
always
you.
bring me the question that I'm asking you. Do you think Osprey has what it takes to take it off of Moxley? And where does it go if he does?
I think he has all the potential to take it off of Moxley. Is that the storyline they want to go with? Sure. I mean, we've already talked. I mean, we talked to Nausea a couple of weeks ago. It's been a minute, but a couple of weeks ago we talked at Nausea that right now with Osprey just coming back from his surgery, his double fusion neck surgery, and the heavyweight title picture being so convoluted with a lot of people, that
Saturated,
it
yeah.
it, it makes total sense for him to have an undercard belt and raise the status of that, right? And get his feet wet back with the title. Not that he hasn't had a title, but there's a lot more pressure when you're the heavyweight champion. You got to do a lot more things, and he likes to go back and forth to England with his family and Windsor and his child. So and coming back from that injury, it would make sense. It would make sense. Now I want to just turn this around real quick because of the question I had. So we've seen when Moxley defends this belt lately, even though he's part of Death Riders and he has a lot of shit talking, he's shaking the hand of Takeshita. He's shaking the hand of other wrestlers that fought him for the belt and lost. Do you think that if Will Ospreay wins, even though and Will Ospreay has a big bone to pick with the Death Riders, specifically John Moxley, do you think if he does take the belt off of him, that Moxley shakes his hand, or they just completely bypass that whole story they ever had with Moxley, essentially?
I don't think Osprey will. I I can see Moxley reaching his hand out to say, you know what, you're the better man. You beat me because Moxley's all about competition. Moxley's about healthy competition. Moxley's about beating the shit out of each other, but being violent gentlemen at the end of the fucking day. Shout out, need that merch. Love violent gentlemen. But everything that Osprey went through, he knew he needed the neck surgery already. That wasn't uh
Yeah, it wasn't
that
anyone.
wasn't that wasn't a secret. That wasn't a well kept secret. It was kind of already known that needed to happen. But the fact that they put the nail in it that it really needed to be done, that was all story. So if Osprey will be the champion that he shows to be, he will shake his hand. But would he really? I don't think so. Just because after the match is over, we may see if Osprey wins. When Osprey wins, the rest of the Death Riders coming out and trying to beat him up or do something towards that effect. So, as much as I would love to say Yes, let them shake hands and make up. It's not going to happen. Because remember, Moxley is the tweener face. Everybody else isn't. Everybody else is fucking hard ass as fuck.
Yeah, that's true.
But everyone is still about the faction. So I could see Claudio going in there and trying to break it up, of them trying to shake hands because we don't do that. But I could see Moxley being the better man and hey man, let's you beat me fair and square within the time limits and all the bullshit. Because remember, during Continental or Classic rules, when this belt is defended, there's no outside interference.
Yeah, yeah,
So none of the Death Riders will be out there. Marina won't be out there. Nobody can from either side.
nice. And I think that's to touch the point about Death Riders. I think that's a unique part about Death Riders is they're really not bad guys. They're just about competition, and if that means pushing you to the edge so you can get riled up to give me real competition, and they take it too far. Again, it's a happenstance, right? Like whose perspective are you seeing? Like, am I going too far, or am I helping you get to the level I know you can be at? Right? That's the point. It was
Yep.
the same. It was the same in BCC. They weren't really heels, but it seemed like they leaned into it, but they really weren't. It just said we're about pro wrestling, and that Death Riders kind of adapted that same motto: is we're not heels. We like to fight. It's like if
Mm-hmm.
Sheamus and Drew McIntyre started the fucking same club, and then they said, "Hey, we just like to fucking fight, guys. Keep it snug,
Banger
beat,
after banger after banger.
yeah, keep it snug, beat the fuck out of each other, shake each other's hand, and call it a fucking day." So
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering, like I said, I would assume that Mox would put his hand out, but the way Osprey came out initially, how this whole thing started up again, he came out to beat the fuck out of Moxley after that other pay per view, and I don't think he'll shake his hand, but I think at the same token, the Death Riders might come out just to kind of keep keep the spirit of competition alive, right? Because Osprey won't have anything after Moxley. So why not defend that belt against Claudio or Pac or Yuta or Garcia? Like you have other people to kind of continue the story, but with the same people, just rotating who he fights. So
Because that's what he's been doing anyway. He's been wrestling those guys already week after week, basically going through. You just like any gang, you start with the low level till you get to the boss, right? It's
that's
like an
right.
old school fucking video game. You start with the low level bosses, start with the henchmen. You go through and you finally get to some of the mid tier bosses, and when you finally beat all that, hey, the big boss is holding the bitch at the very end, right? So you got to go and take him out so you can get the girl back. So yeah, there's just no girl. There's just the championship.
So the championship,
Now
that's the
let me ask
girl.
you this before we go on to the next match. Trivia question because
Okay.
I don't remember. Will Osprey in New Japan held what title?
The junior heavyweight and the U.S. title, or the IWP U.S. title.
Was that the same one that Cody was trying to get?
Yeah, Cody two rung belts. Yes, that's the same one.
Yes.
Yes.
So see, that makes sense now. Now that you say that, he would be the next perfect person to elevate your sub level championship.
Yeah, he was
You
never the
know,
heavyweight. He was always the junior heavyweight and then the U.S. champion. So
right? But he did make that belt very noticeable. There was a lot of people who purchased the replicas correctly.
or tried.
That actually did correctly. Not who did that. Who not naming names of who didn't. Who that? Uh, but yeah, it's perfect because I mean, even you have the same situation in the other brand. WWE is doing the same thing where you have the mid-level sub-level belts that were created in for the women that were never there before, and you're putting big names attached to them to keep the prestige high with it. You don't want to just hurry up and give that belt to B-Fab or Michin, the US title or the
I see.
Intercontinental Women's, you know. Not to say that they're not deserving wrestlers of a mid-level championship, but not right off the bat. Put a couple of names attached to it, let them earn it, and then boom, go for it. And then hopefully they, with storyline correctly written, keep that belt high and alive. But Osprey, on the other hand, holding on to the AEW Continental, is doing exactly what Okada is doing with the International Championship. Even though it's held hostage by him pulling a Roman Reigns right now, you still have a very big Japanese name holding on to that belt that when he does defend it, people can't beat him.
Yeah.
and that's another match that's not on this bill right now.
That's another title that's not defended.
Correct.
Okay.
But I can tell you the next title that is up for grabs is the AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla, the champ, is fighting Jamie Hayter.
What? Fine hater, huh?
Jamie Hayter, that came out on Collision.
So they're finally getting out of the storyline of the same women fighting for the same belt, which is nice. I like that. Hater never really got her moment to shine. She did hold the belt one time, like 3 years ago, and unfortunately, she due to injury, she had to kind of fall back, and then she fell back in the rankings, just like Thunder. I asked Thunder Rosa, right? That's the same thing. Thunder Rosa gets hurt, out of contention for so long, but that's cool. It's good to see some new blood in Australian versus an Austrian, or I mean a UK versus an Austrian. So that's cool. That's it's
Let
different.
me dive into one thing you did mention. You brought up Thunder Rosa. I was reading an article that was put out, and there was a video with it. Thunder Rosa had just recently, was it this week or last week? Last week, signed a contract with CMLL. So now she's pulling double duties where she is still currently signed with AEW, and now she's also signed with CMLL. So she will be competing for championships in CMLL, just like Claudio's the world heavyweight champion over there.
So they're building they're weaving in to really kind of unify this partnership. That's smart. That's genius,
The
right?
way that WWE has with AAA. Because have you noticed or have you seen lately on the socials? Um, there are already mock-ups of the new AAA figures that are going to be done by, I guess, WWE has Mattel.
Mattel, yeah, Mattel.
They're going to be doing AAA figures and with the whole Mattel box and everything.
That's what's up. That's
And
smart. Yeah.
they had a whole list of the run. A lot of the popular ones. La Parca is getting one.
Iguana
Mr.
Man.
Iguana
Yeah, yeah.
with the iguana, of course. That's an easy sale. Shoot, who else was there? The
Cycle
Psycho
Clown. Cycle
Psycho
Clown.
Clown, Pagano,
They're doing Dr.
um,
Wagner Jr. Dr. Wagner
Dr.
Jr.
Wagner. Yes,
Hijo de Dr.
I'm
Wagner
pretty sure
Jr.
Vikingo's gonna have one. So yeah, you're gonna have like it was a nine figure run that's
Oh
gonna
shit.
happen.
Okay, that's what's up. Probably one of the women's
Uh,
Flamer,
Whoever the women's champion is right now, yes,
Flamer. Yeah, Flamer.
yes. So I bring that up because you mentioned Thunder Rosa, and yeah, she's now a part of CMLL, and we'll
That's
be doing the same thing like Claudio, working for championships over there to bring into the AEW brand to show off.
that's good because that gets her some reps back into the Garuva thing. I think that partnership, just like just like WWE and AAA, where a lot of wrestlers got to go over there do some shit, right? Like get some reps in. This helps CMLL and AEW because they do cross over a lot of people. Hechicero, Máscara, what's his name?
Dorada,
Dorada, Máscara Dorada,
Dorada.
Rouge, and the el Fantasma. That's not Fantasma. That's the wrong group. But yes, so
Who's the one? Sin Cara or what's Sin Cara? Místico.
Mystico, yeah, Mystico's triple champion in both CMLL and in AAA or AEW. So it's smart. So clever. I
Hmm.
wonder, do you think this is the way of Tony Khan to get his way into purchasing them also?
I mean, it would be cool.
It'd be pretty cool. I know, yeah.
Why not? If they're willing to do that and keep the partnership alive, and he's able to keep those people employed and working through as well, do it. That way, they can't be taken up by the big conglomerate, and that also opens up more luchadors to be shown on WWE soil, as well as vice versa.
Yeah,
Keep it together. Unify it. Fucking make your brand bigger. That's the monopoly, right?
that's
Because
the monopoly.
eventually, what is it? McMahon did it himself. I mean, dare we say his name anymore, right? Oh, McMahon. But
They call him old man
McMahon,
now. The old man.
yeah, the old man. Yeah, Vince McMahon purchased ECW, purchased WCW, had all those wrestlers there, and he was the only one that had wrestling, basically, right? I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, the independents had the independents, but for the most part, they had the conglomerate of the bigger things that were happening. So why not play Monopoly and fucking take the whole board? But the only way you're gonna do it is if you start acquiring those pieces. You ain't gonna acquire them, you ain't got shit.
Exactly. I think the AEW crossover, same thing with the CMLL crossover, is. in good faith, but I just hope it doesn't end up like New Japan and Triple and AEW because AEW took pretty much all of fucking New Japan's fucking wrestlers. All the
Yeah.
upstarts, all the upstarts. There's a lot of older wrestlers, and then I think that the current champion of New Japan said fuck AEW, like
Hmm.
fuck them, and then in turn your favorite wrestler Gabe Kidd said, well fuck New Japan. It's all about AEW. So it's weird because they had this partnership and that's the whole point, but they're really knocking on each other significantly. So it's a good and bad thing. It's always what's the word? Point of views, right? Hey,
Right.
you're taking all my people and you're taking my competition, but at the same time it's like, dude, you're fucking giving me you're feeding my fucking family. So which one do you hate? Right? You're feeding my family. I got shit to do. I need got money to fucking bills to pay.
Hmm.
So
Well, we dive on to the next match. You know what? We really didn't say who we're going for what. Real quick rundown: Marina Shafir versus Windsor. Who you got?
Maria Shafir,
Same. Darby versus Andrade.
hopefully Andrade.
I got Darby.
Okay,
Moxley versus Osprey.
Osprey,
Moxley. Tekla versus Hater.
Tekla.
Tekla. And now it brings us to the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. FTR, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler as the champs versus Cope and Cage, Adam Copeland, Christian Cage. Or Cage and Cope,
Cage
according
and
to the
Cope. Cage and Cope.
shirt.
You're in Canada, pretty close to where they're from, Toronto. So I believe I'm not a fucking geologist, so we'll say we'll say close enough in Canada. And this would be a feel good moment, to be honest with you. One more run for the fucking Christian and fucking Edge or Adam, like that's not bad. So it's a good beginning of a farewell story. If this is their last, or at least if this is Copeland's last year. So who do you got on this one?
FTR.
FTR, okay. You want to
Who do you
kill Cage and Cope?
You know why I say?
Bye.
Because I believe they're going to put the belts up one more time.
Triple threat. Oh, that's what you're thinking, the triple threat. But for what pay per view? All out?
Are all in.
On.
Do it overseas. Biggest crowd out there in fucking
Now, but who would sell more
Windsor.
tickets if FTR held it or if Cage and Copeland held it up until that point in the summer, which is a couple of months away, like 4 months away. So it's not crazy. It's not crazy to think that they could hold it till then.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, I would think just going. Fuck me.
A bigger build up for the belts.
I'm gonna regret saying this on camera. Based off of what you have said before, heel champions make better champions because more faces chase after them.
Yes.
So if you have two sets of faces that are chasing after the heel champions, it makes for better TV.
Ooh, you see,
So
oh,
hard to
oh,
it's so hard to say.
I'm done.
Son of a bitch.
I'm done. Oh.
Oh, motherfucker.
Did it hurt your brain? Your
But it
brain?
makes sense to me with that. Don't get me wrong. I want Cage and Copeland to win the fucking belts. I would love to see them both holding tag team gold again because they're the best tag team in the world. People can say whatever they want, but whatever. They you want that prestige one more time, knowing that they're where they're at in their lives and they're getting ready to retire and all that good stuff. Cage probably won't retire anytime soon, but Copeland is, and give them that run and that feel good moment for everybody. Yeah, if they could do it from now and then hold it till fucking when is all in? All in is in
July or June?
give or take. Yes, I don't even know. I don't have any of that
I
shit
think we
handy.
went in July this year or late June.
Pay per view schedule. Does it have it on this? No, it's all the WWE stuff. Damn it. Yeah, I want to say it's June or July. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. AEW PPV schedule. Double or Nothing's in May. All in London, August 30th, 2026.
Oh, so it's late
So
in the
that would
summer.
be a nice little 4 month run if they can hold it from now till then. So you have, in my opinion, two big choices of what you do. Let's say they win the championships, Cage and Copeland. They could hold that three-way match at Double or Nothing in New York City because April, April 24th, AEW Double or Nothing 2026, Queens, New York City, New York. So
Yeah.
that would be
Also,
cool.
yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That one.
That would be cool. But I honestly think it would be a bigger draw for All In.
Would it be a bigger like must watch if they lose in their home country, and then let them build simmer all the way to towards that big those bigger pay-per-views towards the summer? Or do you think it really is the feel good moment to do it now and let them hold it till the summer, right?
Give them the feel good moment in Canada. Let them hold it till the summer.
See, because I would have told you this. If this was WWE, we know that WWE doesn't matter if you're from there, you will lose. For the
Majority
most
of the
part,
time,
for the most part, you're losing. If oh, you know what? Like, let me give you two perfect examples. Sheamus is about to win the IC title in Ireland. Boop, rug pulled out from under him, loses. Drew McIntyre is about to win the Universal Championship in fucking Scotland. Boop, rug pulled out from under him, right? So, but
true.
AEW, in the reverse fashion, definitely likes to give the crowd, especially the home crowd, a little
Yeah.
more bang for your buck, right? And let some of the bigger guys win and kind of help you out. So, it's hard to tell because them losing builds up the drama, builds up the
Hmm.
story. So it's not unrealistic to say, hey, that might be a better choice to just go that route and let them fucking duke it out all the way till then. But at the same token, Tony Khan sometimes is a man of the people and a little too
Hmm.
much and gives them what they want. So
Yeah.
I'll still go with Copen Cage on this one.
Okay. I'm gonna try the other route. Go with the
Okay,
heels and see what happens. Let's see
cool.
how it works. All right. Uh, and then according to this list, last but not least, the World Championship, MJF versus Kenny Omega.
I like this build. I actually, if I step back, I don't like this particular build. I just like the build for this World Heavyweight Championship. I like that everyone, heels, faces, indifferent, are all after MJF. MJF is the perfect fucking antagonist for this fucking belt because everyone hates him, good and bad.
Hmm.
They're like, why does this asshole have it? And then you realize when he fucking touches the mic and says all this shit and then has a match and proves himself right and everyone else wrong, it's hard to fucking hate that. You know,
Hmm.
you can call it arrogance, you can call it whatever you want, but when you're fucking good, you're good, and that's just what it is.
Yep.
It's not arrogant. It's just I'm fucking speaking my truth, and it's sometimes it's hard to hear facts. So that's why I would hate for MJF to lose this belt, and I don't think he's gonna lose it to Kenny. To be honest with you, I think he's gonna retain it, and they're building for their major pay-per-view in London all over again for all in.
Hmm.
But I can't see past the forest right now. I can't see through the trees right now because I don't see the end person for him at the end of the day. If we if
No
we
one has stepped up yet.
if we stick to the narrative that Osprey is going to keep this mid belt or at least have a good run with a mid belt, I don't see anyone remotely coming up to his level to face him in Wembley in London or in London wherever it's at. So I don't see anyone right now, and I'm hoping some story obviously builds because there's a lot. You got Swerve, you got Andrade, you got Darby, you got fucking still Brody King in the background, you got Kenny currently. There's a lot of fucking people, so it's hard to tell who might even be a contender at this point. But I think the smart play and my money would be if I was a betting man would be that MJF holds it as long as
Mhm.
possible. Because the longer he holds it, when he finally loses it, he's gonna fucking make that person. He's really
Yep.
gonna make whoever he fucking loses it to. It's hey, maybe it's fucking Adam Cole return. I doubt it, but it'd be nice to fucking see.
That would be a beautiful pipe dream right there.
Hmm.
really would, because I really would like to see Adam Cole back in uh contention of anything.
Just in wrestling, just back.
Yes, just back. But his health isn't there, and it's scary, dude. Something like that is scary, knowing that all it takes is one fucking bad bump, and there goes your brain, dude. You know?
Yeah, and that's the tough part. You can't now what you know what everyone knows now and about brain injuries like nothing's worth your life. Nothing.
Shout out Chris Benoit, right?
Yeah. Hey, did you hear that conspiracy theory about Benoit?
Uh oh, tell me.
Okay, I'll get into this. So, who is Benoit married to? Woman. Remember a woman?
Yes.
Right? She came out of ECW. You know who her ex-husband or former boyfriend was?
No, was it Mark Barrow?
No, 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 no. Kevin Sullivan. Remember? You know who Kevin Sullivan is?
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
He was pretty much the main booker of WCW for years
Right.
and NWA, right? Kevin Sullivan, known Satanist,
Mm,
right? A known Satanist. He woman woman never had a kid with him in the 5 to 7 years or 10 years they were together. She never wanted to have a kid with him ever,
hmm
right? Within 2 years, she had a kid with Benoit. 2 years, right? So in many interviews, the last person that Benoit talked to was Chavo Guerrero. And Chavo Guerrero was on the phone with him the day or 2 days before he went missing, and then everyone found out what happened. He was having a conversation with him about something, and then he said, "Hey, I gotta go. There's someone at my front door. I don't know who it is." Then turns out everyone says Benoit killed his family and himself. But the way he killed himself, he got his weights and he put it around his neck and he strangled himself. Well, the weight plates were at 700 pounds. He would have to pull 700 pounds over his head. You know how fucking strong, like 700 pounds, like Mark Henry doesn't even do that. So he had to pull 700 pounds of wire to put his neck in it and choke him. Is that plausible? So a Satanist who couldn't have kids with the woman he loved, she divorces him or leaves him, gets with Benoit, and they have a boy, a kid, a son, and magically, and now he hates Benoit, and well, you frame Benoit, you kill his family, his son, the woman who couldn't give him his son, and the guy who fucking took your woman away from you, and he
hmm
somehow killed himself with 700 pounds of weight around his neck, and you're telling me that one man did that by himself, no matter how roided up you are, 700 pounds? Arnold Schwarzenegger can't do that. So I heard that fucking conspiracy theory, and I was like, Benoit, as of right now, is unproven. Benoit is a piece of shit. Great, fantastic wrestler, but a piece of shit human, right?
hmm
But that conspiracy theory, I was like, wow, like that's fucking something. That's like next level shit. If you really step back and you're not biased about the situation, it kind of puts a lot of pieces together because all it took was a couple of big guys to fucking pull that 700 pounds around his neck and kill his whole family, and then frame
hmm
him from suicide. And he
That's
was
crazy.
and his house was in Atlanta, Georgia. Where's WCW based out of? Atlanta, Georgia. Where's Kevin Sullivan based out of? Atlanta, Georgia. Just crazy, crazy thought. I literally heard it this week, and I was like, holy shit, what a random fucking conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
And I had never heard it until this week, and I was like, that makes a lot of fucking. I mean, common sense would dictate that all of that doesn't add up right. So
hmm
and no one knows. And they said because Kevin Sullivan passed away recently, they said that he told someone a lot of shit he wanted to get off his chest. They didn't say what, but there was a lot of things, and the person I guess he told, or his confidant or closest person, or whoever it was, said there was a lot of like they didn't tell anybody, but it was heard by the close people around him. That, like it was like a lot of fucked up shit, like intense things, like oh, like he really did a lot of terrible things. So
Yeah.
pretty interesting. I thought, since he brought up Benoit, I thought I'd bring up that little conspiracy theory.
Uh, fuck.
That's a lot, right?
Last time I do that.
It's intense. It was intense.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, it was.
It took me
Yep.
back for a second. Hey, and like I said, and by any means, as of right now, I don't condone Benoit. Fantastic wrestler. Any real wrestling fan will tell you fantastic. But I mean, terrible human as of now. Not proven otherwise right now. So.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Hmm. Well,
But what's even crazier is that we're on the road to WrestleMania right now.
what's even crazy, we're on the road to Dynasty this
Yes, we
Sunday.
are.
This Sunday in Canada. In Canada, we're gonna have
Where the
uh
fuck is Canada at?
Canada's in Canada.
There you go. There
But
you go.
obviously, I think by tomorrow we'll find out how many more matches are laid out for the pay-per-view because you said there's
Mhm.
only 5 or 6, right? Or five on the main
Five,
card
five
so
on the
far.
main card, one on the pre-show.
And we know that usually on a regular win, three on the pre-show, 10 on the main card. So it looks like there's shaping up to be 7 more matches added. And you still got Collision and well, you got Dynamite and Collision coming up to maybe build up any particular fill-in matches. So I'm interested to see because we've talked about it in nausea. AEW will give you your money's worth. We'll
Yes, they
give it
will.
to you in spades, and I don't think this is going to be any different. They have AEW has not strayed away from giving you some of the best match cards. Maybe not the strongest stories, but damn it, the fucking matches are strong for the majority of the part. So I'm looking forward to it. And then obviously there's a lot of stuff in WWE, but we don't have to get into it because we're gonna speak in nausea this Thursday. God willing, we are able to go live. So
That's right. That's
yeah,
right. As long as everything goes well, we should be in good hands where we can go live on Facebook, playback on all the socials and all the platforms that you get your podcasts.
watch or
Uh,
listen, watch or listen.
yeah, that's right. Watch or listen. You don't have to look at my face. Just listen to me talk. But you'll
Hey,
get to hear about wrestling
the
no
wrestling,
matter what.
and I think don't forget, tune in live 7:30 Central Standard Time Facebook on Beyond the Ropes 210. Of course, we're always going to stream continuously right now on Twitch at Beyond underscore the underscore ropes underscore pod, which is a long one. But you can always go on our link tree and all our socials and all our media on all our platforms wherever you get your podcast needs. You hit that little link tree, they'll take you to watch back old episodes or listen back. And of course, they'll take you to all the socials, Facebook, Instagram, and you can watch back on anything you'd like to watch. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that little bell to get notified whenever we drop new episodes. And of course, comment, rate us, talk shit, talk about your favorite upcoming matches or what you're looking forward to, whether it's WrestleMania or AEW's Dynasty. And if we have a chance, and if you do reply, we'll respond to them on live on air on Facebook at 7:30 Central Time. But outside of that, do you have anything else to add, sir?
Looking forward to this weekend, baby. Let's go.
Well, let's go. Well, make sure to stay tuned for more stories, more violence.
Because if you don't, you are cursed.
Woo!